So, how many of us and how often have we found ourselves quite amused and laughing at someone when he or she makes a mistake while trying to spell or pronounce or use words like adapt and adopt, bath and bathe, beside and besides, cloth and clothes, limit and limitations? Now, these are just random examples of highly confusing words of English language vocabulary, mainly because of the way they are spelt and pronounced, which is pretty much similar. They are spelt and pronounced pretty much similarly. In other words, they have a pretty similar sound and look. Now, that's exactly why a lot of us, the non-native speakers or users of English language, particularly here in India, tend to make mistakes while trying to spell or pronounce or apply them in real world language, or while trying to understand the meanings of these words. For instance, beside and besides. So one is B-E-S-I-D-E, beside, which means next to. He was sitting beside me. That means he was sitting next to me. The other is spelled with B-E-S-I-D-E-S, the only difference being the S at the end, which means additionally, in addition to, or apart from. For example, besides being a doctor, he is also a novelist. So this is just the other way of saying, apart from being a doctor, he is also a novelist. Limit and limitations. Now that's another very confusing, very tricky, and another of those gray areas of English language vocabulary. Now limit means the end point, the maximum level. For example, there's a limit to one's patience. Means the level beyond which one cannot go. So, there cannot be any more patience beyond that level. And the other is limitations, which is generally used in the sense of constraints, drawbacks, shortcomings, or weaknesses. For example, we all have limitations of character and personality. We just need to try and work on them. In other words, we all suffer from shortcomings or weaknesses of character and personality. We just need to try and work on them in order to improve ourselves. So if we are just a little extra cautious, when we are pronouncing or spelling these words, we could avoid making mistakes of pronunciation and spelling. And in the process, we could avoid becoming a kind of a laughing stock for our reader or for the audiences sitting right in front of us. Thank you.